What is up, crazy fam? Guys, listen up. After watching today's video, you're gonna become the ultimate Pyromancer. This build is great for like AoE clear, elite kills, boss kills, pretty much everything. That's why I enjoy it a lot. And there's two main things that we're gonna be utilizing in terms of mods. We're gonna talk about that here in a minute. By the way, shout out to Hadu. We were brainstorming some Pyromancer build ideas together. He just started a new channel, and I'm gonna leave the link to that one in the description. Okay, now let's take a look at the build. For our main class, we're gonna be using our Archon archetype, obviously because we're focused on mod damage. This is easily the best pick thanks to the prime perk Tempest, which says automatically generate 3 mod power per second. Casting a mod increases all mod generation by 100% for 10 seconds. Exactly what we're going to be doing with the setup. We're just going to be spamming our mods non-stop and melting everything in front of us. And for the skills, guys, you can use honestly whatever you want. It doesn't really matter that much. I like to use Chaos Gate because we get 25% increased mod generation. But if you guys want to use Havoc Form or Reality Ruin, that's going to be completely up to you. And in the second class, we're going to be using the Medic simply for survivability. I like to use the Healing Shield, but don't get me wrong, this class also gives you an extra 25% increase to all damage. For the gear, we're going to be running the Mark 1 armor, and then for the relic, we're going to be using the Crystal Heart. You guys know that I use this one a lot simply because how quick it heals you. And even though we get that 50% movement speed penalty, that's not gonna matter simply because of the rings that we're using. As for the fragments, we're gonna be using some mythic ones. It's gonna be 10% elemental damage, 10% mod damage, and plus 15% mod duration to make our firestorm last longer. And this right here is gonna be our main focus. This is the mod we're gonna be running in combination with feedback. There's a few other options. We're gonna talk about everything here in a second when it comes to weapon combinations. But first, let's talk about the Star Shot in combination with Firestorm, okay? As we all know, Starshot has a Big Bang, which does huge amounts of damage and also leaves them burning, which makes it perfect for our Pyromancer build. Not only are we gonna have like dot damage that burns enemies down, but at the same time, we're gonna have some amazing burst damage, and we're gonna combine the Starshot with the Harmonizer mod to increase our mod damage further by 20%. And on top of that, it also generates 25% additional mod power for stowed weapons, just in case we need it when it comes to charging up the Firestorm. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about, the second weapon choice, and we're going to have to move around our mods in case you want to try this also. You can use any weapon you want in the second slot, and for the mod, we're going to be using the Witchfire. Now, when you combine this with the Firestorm, that's when it becomes really fun to use. You're going to be melting everything around you. There's just going to be fire everywhere, burn damage, and just ads are going to get destroyed. Even elites are going to get absolutely melted. But if you do go for this setup, what you want to do is instead of feedback with Firestorm, you want to use Harmonizer. And then for Witchfire, that's where you want to use your feedback. So that's pretty much all you got to switch up here, the mutators, and then you're good to go. But as mentioned, if you're going against bosses, Starshot is the way to go with Harmonizer. And simply because how the build is set up, you're going to charge it up so extremely fast. The Big Bang mod is pretty much going to be up at all times. Now for the jewelry, I went for the Talisman of the Sun. Increases fire damage by 20% and burning damage by 50%. If you want to experiment with some other amulets, go ahead and do that. For me, this was absolutely perfect. With the combination of Bright Steel Ring and the Bisected Ring, we're going to be getting the fastest rolls, even though I'm using heavy armor. And thanks to Bisected Ring, I'm going to be getting infinite stamina, which means I can roll around like an absolute madman, get in a safe position, then spam the boss with Firestorm, spam the boss with Big Bang, not take any kind of unnecessary damage. And even though this increases received damage by 25%, we're completely going to cancel that out with the help of Crystal Heart, which says incoming damage is reduced by 25%. Now for the other rings, we're going to be running Burden of the Destroyer. And finally, Stone of Malevolence. Elemental damage generates 15% additional mod power. This is very important for this overall setup. You can see all of the traits right here. We're going for as much healing as possible. And don't forget to get Kinship, because In some moments, if you do get stuck in the fire tornado, this will keep you alive. And when you combine this with the fact that you have regrowth and the medic archetype trait, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be healing like crazy. We also have fortify, vigor, spirit, amplitude, and finally siphoner. So yeah, I wanted to quickly bring you guys this build. It's been a blast using it. You can destroy anything in the game with this setup, man. It doesn't matter if you're trying to do fast clears, adds, elites, bosses. Once you get it down, it's really fun to use. You're going to be dealing a lot of damage, and on top of that, you have pretty good survivability thanks to the fast rolls, heavy armor, fast healing. So make sure to give it a go, and make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you're looking for some other really cool builds such as AoE builds, melee DPS tank builds, pure DPS builds, all of the links to those builds are going to be in the description. Ladies and gents, thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. As always, never forget to share that positive energy all around. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time. Oh! Oh, he got no scoped.